What's up, everyone?
How's everyone doing?
Good. How are you all?
Great. We're in Paris, getting ready for an epic launch.
Is it
And
kind of like cafe nighttime around there?
Yep.
oh yes, it's 10
Ooh.
p.m. A very quintessential Paris cliche at the moment. Where service is really slow, and
Yep.
our quick dinner has turned into a 4-hour affair. But we're so excited to be with all of you. You're coming in loud and clear. Is there too much background noise?
Not horrible.
But we're gonna mute when it's time for people to come up and ask questions. That's for sure. But I feel like we have some announcements and some things to dig into and some things that have been brewing. So Sam and Jake kind of gonna have you guys lead us in moderating and calling people up and asking questions.
Yeah. So about that, kind of need Maddie to come up. We don't. This isn't the same channel as the last time, but we don't have the ability to go up.
Sorry, you don't have the what?
We're
Yeah,
slowly
so
trying
we
to
don't
bring
have.
up all the moderators. So just trying to bring up Isaac, Yard Overshoe, bringing up Maddie.
Inviting Gabe up there.
Yeah, any other mods, raise your hands so we can make sure
Yeah.
we bring you guys up here.
Isaac, Gabe.
I think we don't have the ability to bring people up at this point.
No,
So
so the kid and Aram and Charlie.
Yeah.
So as long as one of them stay here.
Yep, bringing people up.
Yeah, we're inviting all of the mods to come up and speak. So
Accept our
accept the
invitation.
invitation.
Respondez-vous si vous plaît. RSVP.
Is that what RSVP means?
Let's get some questions.
Yeah. So this week we have a huge launch in Paris coming up. 15 rockets, and like we're blown away. Originally it was 5, and it was like less than a minute.
We hadn't even tweeted it yet.
Yeah, we didn't even get to tweet it, and then we
Spots
pushed
not
it.
taken. Felt like, we needed to open it up even further to the community.
Yep.
But we're really, really excited about the launch that's on Thursday, the 30th. Stay tuned for the details. It's Paris. It's a really busy time. We are going to let Discord family know before anyone else the launch details and locations. And then we'll also tweet about it. But that'll happen 24 hours in advance of the launch. So tomorrow, stay tuned to the Discord channel. Also, for those of you who are astronauts, are rocket holders, you will receive an invitation to an after party as well. And that will be posted in the astronaut Discord channel. And all you need for entrance is just some way to show us that you're a rocket holder. Bring a screen grab of those wallets, or just show us that you're in the Discord channel.
It's gonna be fun.
Yeah. And to continue with the things we're doing in Paris, on Saturday, October 2nd, for 24 hours, we are going to be doing an epic performance at today's RoPac, all about how we generate value. And cryptocurrency is going to be one aspect of it. We'll be tweeting and Instagramming about the exhibition tomorrow. So anyone who's in Paris for the launch, we would love for you to come by the gallery. And if you are a part of the Rocket Factory, we'll have a way for you to cut the line, because I think there will be quite a line outside. But for those of you in the Rocket Factory community, we'll make sure you guys get to bump the line. But on that note, that's everything we've got going on.
Oh, and Budweiser.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, we haven't even gotten to what's been brewing. So you all might have seen that on October 8th, when we're finally back US side, finished with the first, it's only the first leg, don't worry Europe, we'll be back, of the European tour, we will kick off the US of A with the Gateway to the West, St. Louis, Golden Arch.
Yeah, the gold, the Silver Arch.
Silver Arch. Here we come, and your fellow astronaut, Budweiser, has invited us to the Ultimate Launchpad, Budweiser headquarters. And a lot of you might have seen an invitation appear in your wallets. So on that, I think we really should open it up to questions. So the kid,
Yeah, let's see.
and others, please bring people up here and let's get into questions.
Yeah, raise your hands if you got questions. We'll bring you up.
So JDH and Snowman. JDH, do you see the little accept button?
Snowman can go ahead, right?
Got it. I got it.
Asking your question. Okay.
Hey, JDH.
Hey guys. Question for you. I'm launching a rocket at Paris, but I won't be there in person. Can I send a friend in Paris or somebody in my stead to the launch or to the after party?
Yeah, definitely to the launch. We can figure out. Let's figure out like a way. Like if you want to let us know, if you want to DM us on Discord, just like who to look out for.
Sweet.
You know, so we can verify. You know, buddy.
Okay.
What rocket are you launching?
I'm actually launching two. I'm launching a Chanel Perfect and a 7-Eleven Perfect.
Sweet. Yes, Chanel perfect for here. I think there are a couple. I think there's a couple Chanels that are launching in Paris. Like pretty apt.
Yeah, Flamingo's launching one in Paris too.
Yeah. Awesome. We'll keep
Yeah.
an eye out. Which one do you want your friends to launch? Or you got 3 friends?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I haven't thought about it. I'll have to figure it out.
Sweet. Yeah. If you want to DM Aram or I, we're gonna be at the launch, and just so we know it's like legit your buddy or whatever.
Yeah.
Just let us know their name, and yeah, that sounds awesome.
I'll do that. Thank you very much. Yeah, I wish I could be there, but I wanted to launch the Chanel in Paris, and then I wanted to make sure I got one into the museum cabinet. So I decided to launch 7-Eleven while it was there, just to be early.
Sick.
That's super cool.
Yep.
We'll take special care of it.
Thank you.
Make sure it gets recovered.
Yeah. No guarantees. We'll do everything we can.
We always only do
We'll have
Sweet.
to call in Michael Sang if we'll fly him out with his drone in case. Cool. Well, yeah. Thank you. That's exciting.
you.
3 rockets. That's incredible.
Yeah.
2
Two for
rockets.
me, one pro.
Yeah,
Well, I'm
right.
part of Flamingo too, so I'm also part of that. So 3 in a way.
Oh,
Awesome.
awesome.
Yeah, totally. We're so excited Flamingo's chosen to launch the rocket.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, people are geeking out on it for sure. So fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it was fun talking with you guys the other day too. It was a really good conversation.
Yeah, that was
Yeah,
great. I learned so much about the whole Tom Sachs world.
Awesome. It's endless. Look out.
Yeah. I've got enough rabbit holes in my life. Jesus.
Yeah. Cool. All right. Well, we'll keep an eye out for your message and for your buddies.
Thank you.
Cool. Maybe who's up next? Is it Snowman?
Hey there.
Oh,
Hey
is
there.
it?
I'll let the moderators coordinate who's speaking next.
Yeah, it should be Snowman.
Hi guys.
What's up?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's your
great.
question?
Okay. Well, first of all, thanks so much for doing this. I was about 8 minutes late, so I'm probably going to ask a really annoying question that was revealed already. But greetings from the East Village, New York City. I'm a late comer, and just recently joined and discovered your wonderful project. I did rockets as a kid, and turned my son onto it. And I'm just sort of curious as to what exactly I should watch out for in order to join the party, as it were. Watch Discord or just wait for announcements, the next drop, etc. That's it.
I think. Yeah. Do you mean to get involved with the project or the?
Yeah, because I didn't get in. I just how it is. There's a lot of great projects out there, and I went down a rabbit hole and I found your project and I was like, holy crap. So I just joined the Discord and asked a bunch of embarrassing questions and tried to catch up on the AMA recaps, etc. But I figured I'd drop in here, just to re-ask my dumb questions. So.
Well, first of all, welcome. It's so great to have new members of the community, and especially ones who are putting the work to watch and learn about the old AMA recap. So, I mean, there are multiple ways to get involved, of course. There's this, what you're doing now, being a part of this Discord, being a part of the conversation. To get involved in owning a piece of the project. Of course, there are ways to do that through our marketplace on OpenSea. If in any way you feel priced out of that, we're not entirely done with giveaways. For those who are really engaged in the community, we've had some really, really awesome competitions. We will be bringing those back as we get closer to phase 2 of the project. So I would say, stay tuned. There's no better place to learn and know exactly the moment you can get involved than right here in the Discord. And if you are on the East Coast or stateside, we will have quite a presence at NFT NYC. It's on our home turf. We'll be doing a lot of things unofficially, officially that whole week. And I would encourage anyone who is close to New York to come IRL there, and it would be an easy way to get involved, or any rocket launch that's near where you are.
Sounds good. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'm surprised that so many, not more people come for the opportunity to talk to you guys, but I guess people are busy. But thank you again for being patient.
Yeah, welcome. And we're always interested in people coming and finding out about the project, and we're with you. We want to continue to grow the project, and it's really exciting to hear that someone has come and found the project even after all of the drop and everything, and it's all the excitement and everything is still with all of us. So we're happy to have you. We're all as stoked as you are.
Yeah, and I would also give a shout out to our moderators who are up. Not all of them are up on stage, but a large amount of them are. They are the biggest asset in this project, and all of them are amazing individuals to be with too on the Discord.
Yeah.
Terrific.
Yeah. It's a cool community. Welcome.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much for coming up.
Thank you.
Cool. Who is up here now? Smurge?
Yeah, I'm here, but I'm just deferring to, I understood there's some other questions that were going to be read out.
Oh, yeah. Let's do that first. Yeah. Take it away, Mod.
Hey guys, it's Gabe. I have a couple from last week that we didn't get to. The first one has to do with space program. It's from Rep Rage. His question was during the space program demonstration, Commander Smith paused before a word from your sponsors. Said the ad that rolled was from the CCCP, and it was a moment that fused capitalism and communism in this hilarious mix. How did you guys end up with an advertisement for the Soviets in your mission to Vesta?
So that ad was actually made. It was one of the first part of the first space mission, which was in 2007 in Los Angeles at Gagosian Gallery. And it's when the Tom Sachs space program went to the moon. So as all of us know famously, the moon, yes, it was about us getting to space, but it was equally about the Cold War. And I think art is the place where we can really illuminate conversations that are happening socially, politically, and at large. So a lot of that ad is really a kind of in a way, a throwback or a touch base to the very, very first mission of the space program in 2007 and acknowledging, our sponsors continue to stay with us. And any large endeavor does have some amount of capital backing it up, and it's important as artists and as engaged humans to be able to kind of see and illuminate all of the structures that make up things like space programs. Hopefully that gives you kind of a little bit of insight.
Yeah.
Charlie, would you add anything?
No, I mean, I love that ad because it truly was the two sponsors of the space program. It was like the competition between the capitalist force and the CCCP, or what, in the space race to get us to the moon. So they were the sponsors of the space race. It's just like the ultimate distillation of sort of the themes that drove the original art project that landed man on the moon. And so it's a great moment in the show. And, if you didn't get a chance to see the broadcast of the show, there'll be more opportunities. Yeah, it's a great moment though. It's such a funny cliffhanger. But good question.
All right, so that's the first one I have. I have two others. The first one they're both from Dex Pistols. They're quicker ones. So the first one is, when do patches drop for ship/donate/shred options? So if you've already launched, any idea when those patches might be airdropped?
I think probably I would imagine in the next couple of weeks. We're still like hammering out all the designs and everything, as art moves at the pace of the artist, and everything has to meet the standard of excellence that we set for ourselves. And so they're coming.
Wanted to get also 3 or 4 launches under our belt, kind of like airdrop a bunch of those right at once. And I think we covered this last time. The space program has kind of been the objective of this month, but we're back, and that means those patches are going to be coming your way next month.
But yeah, they're coming.
All right, that sounds good. Thanks.
Yeah.
And then the other one I have from Dex Pistols is regarding quote unquote, some physical rockets will be bringing back payloads. Can you guys reveal anything about that? And he also says thanks or congratulations on the successful mission to Fort Vesta.
Thank you for the congratulations. It was a milestone in achievement. But for payloads, yes, there's a few things that we have planned, and I think you guys are just gonna have to stay tuned. There's a few payload bonuses and payloads for things that we're still planning. but it's going to be an exciting thing, and I think like the next level of the project, and it's something to just to keep what do we say? Stay tuned.
Yeah, the payloads will definitely be something that helps bridges this phase and phase 2 to each other.
Cool.
All right. Yeah, that's all I have for right now. We can go back to the folks that are on the stage. Thanks.
Thank you, Gabe.
Thanks,
you.
Gabe.
Who's up next? Is it Smurge?
Yeah.
Hey guys, how are you?
What's up?
So the stock exchange, it sounds like a really interesting concept. Did you guys develop that before the Rocket Factory or at the same time? And is there any way to remotely participate, or does it all have to be done physically in person?
Cool. So I'm with everything that we do, it's always we have a lot of what do they call it? Irons in the fire. And so I'm not even sure of the timeline. I think it's maybe before the Rocket Factory, the exchange.
Yeah, actually, it got delayed due to COVID
Yeah.
a couple of times. So it's something that, the studio has been working on for about a year and a half. All around the idea of this kind of an extension. Actually, Tom did an exhibition in 2018. It was called the Swiss Passport Office in London. And that was a little bit of commentary on like how we create borders and nationalities, and our way of addressing that was to give people access to the hardest to get passport, a Swiss passport. This exhibition is an extension of that, and in that, instead of having a conversation around borders, it's having a conversation around how assets, currencies, values have been established over the history of
Like civilization, yeah.
coming out of the ocean and evolving into the complex being we are now. And it will definitely start with our version of a cowrie shell, one of the first forms of currency that existed in the world, all the way to our modern understanding of things like cryptocurrencies. And Tom would say at the end of the day, it's all about faith. We talked about this a lot last week on the AMA as well. But without faith, without belief in what we give value to, or our shared beliefs in that, what do we got? It's because we believe that money and other things have value. So it's not trying to answer all of the questions, but it's definitely asking all of the questions. But Merge, to your point, will there be a way to try and participate if you're not there? We've been asking a lot this week because originally we did want it to be this thing that just kind of occurred for a full 24 hours. We'll be up all night here in Paris in this space shared by a group of people. But if we can find a way to get you all involved, we're going to do it. Literally how Charlie and I have kind of spent our morning is figuring out if there is a secure way to get those of you who can't attend involved.
Yeah. We're working on it. Hopefully.
Well, that would be awesome. We're looking forward to that. Do you guys are you guys taking any bets on how you guys think this whole project will turn out over the 24 hours?
So it's an experience. It's like it's it's a art exhibition, and so we're really what Aram and I are doing, and the whole team, we're writing the rules, and similar to how the Rocket Factory, when we're developing it, no one really knows, and so we have like an idea of what's going to happen, but really we're leaving it in the hands of the people operating in the marketplace to kind of determine what the course is. It's so hard to determine what people's preferences and everything are going to be, so it's going to be interesting.
I would say true social sculpture in that we will write the rules with Tom, and it is Tom's art in that like he's putting these components into the space that it occupies. But what happens there is going to be an entire result of the people who show up and the ways in which they make decisions and how they activate that space. Like a true market, I'm going to assume there will be a lot of ups and downs. There's going to be opportunities for corruption. There's going to be opportunities for banding together and maybe doing things for the greater good. But it's true social sculpture in that me and Charlie and Tom can't predict for you exactly what will happen. We are going to put the rules into motion, and I think for sure we'll find a way to make sure we're broadcasting these results to those of you who can't be here and participate, but we're equally intrigued and excited about how it will come to life. When we did the Swiss passport office in London, all we did was set up a desk and say we were going to make people IDs. But the experience of those 24 hours, the way in which bureaucracy and systems of power that we didn't even plan for just automatically came to life because of this like environment that we created, and the sheer joy that people had when they received their passports wasn't something we could have ever imagined or planned for. So similarly with the exchange, I think it's really going to depend on those of you who are going to share that space with us during those 24 hours.
Aaron, real quick to tag on to that, you said broadcast. Do you mean something like a live stream, or will we just see like the stock exchange?
Updates, live streams in that, I don't know how many of you follow Tom's Instagram, but on his Instagram, for example, during the space program, we had updates every 15 to 30 minutes, a little video, a little update. This is going to be an exchange, so every 30 minutes, like values and things are going to change based on like consumer behavior in the space. So for sure, every 30 minutes, we're going to have a little live update. If we can find a way to broadcast for longer than every 15 to 30 minutes, we'll do it.
Thank you so much.
Well, it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. I wish you guys good luck, and sorry we won't be there to enjoy it.
We wish you were here, Smurge.
We really do.
I have
It's gonna
another
be fun,
follow-up
though.
question.
Yeah.
Is this another endurance piece? Because if I'm coming in the 24 hours, do I need to bring a tent, basically?
So it's hard to say again. Like the thing that surprised us in the Swiss passport office was, what we were going to be doing when there was no one in the gallery, but that never happened. There was constant activity, and we're kind of expecting the same thing for this show, but
it'll move different.
it'll move
faster.
differently. Yeah.
So maybe the line won't be as long as it was with the passport office, because that was just like any actual passport office, just sitting and waiting. Here it's going to be a lot more action, a lot more stations, a lot more opportunities for activity.
Yeah.
So we're intrigued by how quickly the line will move.
Yeah.
People engage in different levels of the system. Will some people just get what they want and leave? Will some people just be so frustrated by the whole thing that they'll throw up their hands and exit the gallery? Like, I think there's things that make this interesting, but also make it just a little bit outside of our grasp.
Yeah.
To fully say, I don't think you're going to need a tent, but you may need to have a good friend.
Yeah.
In line.
Some cafes picked out in the neighborhood.
Like a podcast you enjoy listening to, perhaps. Yeah. But definitely not. Okay, I'm saying definitely not. Hopefully not a tent. You know, at the passport office, some people ended up needing a tent, but I don't know that this would be the same. Yeah. And like I said, if we are going to try and find ways for those of you who are participants in the Rocket Factory if you can prove that for you to be able to cut to the front of the line.
Yeah, and the goal, always is to interact with the most number of people, and this is a show that's focused on efficiency versus the Swiss passport office, which was focused on a bureaucracy. And so who knows how that's going to play out and everything, but we're hoping to get, as many people interacting with the system that we're setting up as possible. And so we're excited to see you, Samuel. You're definitely coming.
I'm definitely coming. Looks like I have to miss rocket launch, but definitely coming for the currency exchange.
Awesome. Cannot wait to see you.
Yeah, Samuel.
Yeah, it was awesome meeting you in Hamburg also.
Get you to the front of the line. All of you who are
listening right now.
well, if you were a factory or one of our moderators, of course, we will way to make sure that you are at the front of the line and not needing a tent.
Cool. We got any other questions?
We have
Fred's
one.
son?
Fred?
Yeah, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah, we can hear you. What's up?
Hey, perfect. Awesome. Yeah, thanks for bringing me up. I'm sure that you've gotten this question in some form plenty of times, so excuse me if this is repetitive. What's, and also another disclaimer, I realize that you guys are in the thick of Rocket Factory right now, so if there's really no answer to this, then just pass. But has the team put any thought or brain power into, I don't know, simply put, like what's after Rocket Factory? And if so, would you foresee it sort of following the same script, right? Like designing in the metaverse and then interacting with that design somehow, some way in the real world? Just curious.
I mean, yeah, that's like the progression you kind of laid out is pretty interesting and definitely in line with some of the stuff we've been laying out in our Medium articles. But the thing about the Rocket Factory is it's a long haul project for Tom, and so I think it's going to be something that is going to be, even from day one, has just been continually developing and improving based on the feedback from the community, based on things that Tom has planned and wants to implement. And so I think it's going to be something that's going to be around for a long time and just always developing, like kind of the things you've laid out.
The best of Tom's and the studio's projects are things that are not like one and done. So not only can you expect continue to be active with us in delivering on the Rocket Factory, but we're always full of ideas. So whatever we do next in this space, when we're ready to do it, because right now our focus really truly is delivering on the Rocket Factory, that whatever else we do in this space, we will always be looking for it to be trans-dimensional or a bridge between the values of the studio, values that we've realized are very parallel in our participation in the metaverse and in the crypto space communities.
Yeah, that's perfect. Yeah, that word trans-dimensional is a perfect word. I think you guys have really set a precedent with this. So yeah, I mean, it's just there's so many creative things to sort of launch off of what you guys have established here. So yeah, kudos. Thanks a lot.
Well, thank you. And it's our pleasure to keep pushing on in the factory. It's been so much fun so far, and cannot wait to see where it goes.
Truly. And also, just a major shout out to why the leader, Mr. Tom Sachs, is not with us tonight. It's really because he's working on the exchange right now. So he's focused on delivering those 24 hours to perfection. So I hope that Charlie and I are doing an okay job for everyone tonight.
Stand-ins.
Yeah, stand-ins, filling in some big shoes. But really appreciate you all being here, listening in, and asking your questions. Really
Hey guys, it's Gabe again. I have another question, and actually it fits in perfectly today. It's from AAZ underscore WIP, and this one's actually just for Charlie. He wants to know, what can NASCAR teach us about rockets?
I saw that in the chat last week, and I was so glad no one asked me because I didn't want to get called out for being a NASCAR fan. But when
Wearing a NASCAR hoodie while we sit here in Paris, he may be the only guy.
That's amazing.
unironically,
There's
I
nothing
got
wrong with
I gotta
NASCAR, Charlie.
No, I love it. But when we were developing the project and discussing sort of the themes around the project, like early on, talking about the brands and the branding of rockets and everything, I couldn't, obviously, in my mind, I was just thinking in terms of how a NASCAR team receives the funding necessary to put, however, like 12 cars on a track at any given time, and how that relates to what's happening in space with the commercialization of the space of space as a space. And so it wasn't really that big of a logical leap for me to see that, like, potentially in the future, how a NASCAR car looks, where it's like a million logos on the side and it's an incredible sight of just a hodgepodge of different crazy brands, that a rocket could look like that in the future. And so that was one of the things that I really related to the project, like really early on, and was one of the things that really clicked with me. And I was so dedicated to seeing the vision come true and helping in whatever way. But I think I see a relationship between accomplishing something great, and sometimes you need someone to help you out to pay for the gas or whatever. So I don't know, I see a big correlation. But I like NASCAR because it's fast. It's fast and easy.
Rocket.
Yeah.
Well, not easy.
Yeah.
Can we get a
Is that
launch
good
at
enough?
the Indy 500?
Oh, that would be so sick. Yeah, I mean, I want to launch at Pocono out in Pennsylvania is my favorite track, the Tricky Triangle.
Charlie's made a special rocket in mind for that track.
That's where I want to launch my rocket.
Tell everyone.
Yeah, I got the McDonald's nose and a Marlboro body and a Budweiser tail. I think it's kind of perfect for the NASCAR crowd.
Hey Jacob, did you want to ask the question from the AMA chat?
Yeah, sure. Since got some time right now. So Cool Cat has asked, will we get some more notice on upcoming launches? They would love to make some travel plans around launches, but it's tough with just a week's notice.
Yeah, definitely. Like our plan is always to be locking in the launches further and further in advance, and that's definitely our plan going forward. And so definitely we'll be like shooting towards getting more, like, as far out notice as we can, because we're really the most fun thing about the launch is having the community there, and so whatever we can do on our side to make that easier for people to get there.
That's why we hope that for those of you interested in St. Louis, that we've given you a little bit more notice than we've been doing lately for launches, and the goal is that we will be in the rhythm of giving you all two weeks minimum, if not longer, as a heads up.
Awesome. Thank you.
That said, sometimes really cool launch pads present themselves.
Yeah, sometimes we find ourselves.
So we apologize if a cool launch pad presents itself in less than that window of time, but whenever possible. I know Houston is big on a lot of like vines, and we will definitely make sure we give you two weeks or more on that one.
Awesome. Thank you.
I have two questions from Fabulous Unicorn. He wasn't able to make it, but wanted me to ask these questions for him. The first question is, would it be possible for Tom to get in the camera and explain the significance of the name of the rocket in the video to make it a little bit cooler and differentiate the rocket launch in a more emotional way? And the second question he had was, if someone is going to launch a rocket and they're not able to attend, can they request that Tom and the team launches the rocket instead of having a random person do it for them?
On the name, I'm a little torn because I think, that moment, the energy of launching them. It's also about keeping that momentum in the moment with the people who are there and taking a pause between each rocket launch to explain the name. We'll take this to Tom, so thank you, Fabulous Unicorn, for the suggestion. But if we think we could do something like that without losing the momentum of launching multiple rockets, we would do it. But also know that pretty soon some of these launch windows are going to expand well beyond 15 rockets. So that request may become a little difficult if we have a launch window that maybe covers 100 rockets. So point well noted. I would say if you really want to know the significance of your name, you can always throw it into the weekly AMA.
Yep.
And I think we'd thrown this out there as an idea already with the mods, but we could get in the habit where every week we have Tom tell you the significance of 5 names. So maybe that's another way that we can address it. The other question was not picking a launch surrogate. I'm kind of really torn because as cool as it is for us to launch the rockets, it's really, really special to be able to call up a surrogate from the community. So many people come excited to participate and be a part of that moment. That
they really become part of the team too. Like that's part of the Rocket Factory. All of us are in it together. Is sort of the theme of the whole thing.
And
like anyone's participation at any level puts them at some point in the Rocket Factory. Yeah.
And I don't know if you all noticed, but whenever possible, it's always a pretty cute young kid who ends up being the surrogate for launching these rockets. Like Faith, that was launched in the middle of the space program mission.
Yeah.
There was this 2-year-old in a perfect NASA astronaut outfit.
Yeah.
Who was like ready to fly.
And he launched it with like a NASA engineer.
He launched it alongside Tommaso Rivellini, who's literally the guy that we made the Mars Yard shoes for. He was like really involved in engineering the Mars rover at Jet Propulsion Laboratory. He is like a top designer and engineer at now. So the combination of Tommaso and this like perfect future astronaut getting to launch that rocket, like it felt so much more powerful than us or Tom pushing that launch button. So I'd be interested, drop your opinions in the radio chat.
Yeah.
Do you all like the idea of surrogates as much as we do? Because for us, it's really about maximizing participation.
And fun.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Just brought up Andrew. Hey, Andrew.
Hi. Do you hear me well?
Hey, we can hear you. What's up?
Okay, nice. It's nice to have you, Charlie, with us because I specifically wanted to thank you and Aaron of course, too, and the whole studio team for the space program. For I was there in Hamburg, and it was just amazing to feel it on my own, and to meet you all guys too, of course. And yeah, I mentioned Charlie because I just wanted to say that like watching your film and the MRI machine was just very emotional experience for me, and it was just something else. And yeah, really thanks for that.
Amazing. Thank you so much. It was
And
like
yeah,
yeah.
I have one more question regarding the space program, because I'm very curious about like it it was obvious for me that it wasn't like some sophisticated choreography, right? It was just it was more like conducted, not choreographed. And I was really curious about like the details and instructions that regulated the whole process, like what mission control could do, what you couldn't, what astronauts knew, and what was like in the process when mission started already. So yeah, that's my question.
You know, conducting, I think, is like probably the best word that I've heard for describing what's happening at mission control. That's such an awesome word because of course, you know, any NASA mission is going to have the mission objectives laid out in writing prior to launch, which is also what we did. We had, you know, a plan of what we wanted to accomplish, and so that would be like the music notation on a sheet of paper, but it was up to the conductor, Tom, to really, yeah, the flight director, to really push the action and explore and at times improvise and force the improvisation. It's such a mix of everyone knowing what's happening and no one and knowing what's going to happen. And so I think it's
adapting
very
to
yeah
the conditions on the ground.
yeah. And so I think that's like a I think you've nailed it. You've totally nailed it with that word. And that's
Okay,
yeah.
that's nice, and I feel like it was just crucial for the whole experience. And uh, I mean, I think I wasn't expecting that I will like get so deep into this, and we all did. I mean, it was just so great. And yeah, thanks again. And I just wanted to say I'm very excited for the currency exchange. I'm sad that I can't join you guys, but I definitely will follow everything from, from my cell phone. So yeah.
Awesome, thank you. I think, you know, the space program shows it's an incredible, like, epic scale of an art show, and there's so many transformative moments throughout the whole thing. It's awesome to hear from you guys that you guys kind of felt the same things that we were feeling during the show. And you know, it's like it's an incredible thing to experience. If anyone is in Hamburg, definitely check it out. And yeah, that's awesome to hear. Thank you so much, Andrew.
Oh yeah, thanks.
Thanks for being there the almost 9 hours.
Yeah, amazing.
I mean, it was just a pleasure.
I've got a real quick question that maybe Aram and Charlie could answer about one of the rocket names I saw. Strawberry Pedialyte. Does the studio have a pretty good connection with Pedialyte in general? It's a big part of my life. So I saw that and was like, wow, I wish I had that rocket.
Well, hydration is everything at the studio. It's the solution to a lot of life's problems is making sure your hydration levels are correct. And strawberry Pedialyte is dehydration tool for the studio. It is an essential right after cherry Kool-Aid. Maybe in some ways even more vital and important than that. We always have it on tap at the studio. And when you work really hard, sometimes you also get to play really hard. And for those nights where we've worked late and maybe we've partied a little after, there's nothing better than walking into the studio Monday morning and sharing a big jug of strawberry Pedialyte in the morning together. I hope that.
Yeah, no, that does. It's like
It's
half
next
the
to the
battle.
first aid kit.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
figured. I know the first aid kit, and I have it like I have bottles on tap because it's like half the battle with Crohn's is not losing into dehydration every day. So I saw that rocket and I was like, damn, that's like market right.
Yeah,
for
I hear
story in
that.
my life. And yes,
Yeah.
I'm with you there.
best hangover remedy ever for anyone that doesn't know already.
Totally no, Jake. Right there with you. It is like the key to health too. Even if you're not a drinker, you don't have to go out and be dehydrated because you had too many drinks. Like just in general, there's a lot of us need that extra boost of hydration. And at the studio, strawberry Pedialyte.
Yep.
Yes, your PSA for everyone here. If you get dehydrated, it's in the baby section in most groceries. But like best thing ever, that over a little ice. Feel a lot better.
100%, 100% over ice. No better cocktail any time of day. Strawberry Pedialyte. I mean, with that, mods, I think maybe if we've got one more question or any of you have any PSAs, anything else you want to make sure we let the community know, we can kind of start to wrap it up.
Anybody else in the chat or Gabe?
Yeah. I have one more from one of the. I think it was one of the suggestions actually. Someone was asking if we have a count on the donations, at least for the first cabinet or the cabinet that's planned out of the 100.
We can get back to you with that. I haven't looked after France or after the Paris launch, but I think the last time I looked, it was something like 18 or 20 so far.
Nations are the most popular choice.
Yeah, and that's something I think I think that question brings up a good point, and I think it's something we should look into is having that information available.
It's something we're working on is a way for everyone to be able to see very clearly on the website rockets that have been donated, shredded, or
shipped.
Yep.
But there's still plenty of places. Not everyone put theirs in the museum so far, and that's only, what are we even at? 26 rockets? No, 20, 27.
27. But a little fun fact: Tom has found the shredder of his dreams.
Yeah.
He found it last week.
We have the shredder.
We have the shredder, and we are in the process of creating a really epic way where when the rocket is getting shredded, you do not miss a single moment of the action. And you see it from where it goes in all the way to the little bits at the bottom. So I have a feeling the shredder might become a pretty cool little piece of content.
When you say found, I thought he said you guys were making one. Did you find one?
Found in that
found a component,
he has found the gear component. Everything at the studio is such a mix of found things that have to be built. The rest of the vision is something that you would never be able to buy anywhere, involving a lot of see-through bulletproof like plexi.
Yeah, the Lexan.
Lexan.
With the thick shit.
The thick bulletproof shit. but the gear is like this thing that like is totally found. Something we would ever like.
I don't
wanna
know
manufacture
anyone on Earth
ourselves.
maybe can make it anymore. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's cool. Yep.
perfectly rocket sized.
Yep. But a lot more work to make it work.
Yeah, it would be so much easier to buy an industrial shredder, but it wouldn't be nearly as fun.
Yep. But cool. I think with that, maybe
If we don't have any other questions, like mods, does anyone have any other announcements or anything that we need to make before we say our goodbyes?
I had one final question. How much Fiat to bring on Saturday?
that's a good question, and it's hard to pin down because things are going to be in flux. I would think you'd be maybe safe with like 40 euros. Like I think is like you'll have more than you'll need.
Yeah.
And that's it's an exchange. So
Clear.
who knows what you'll leave with,
Where the deals will be made.
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah, I think that's safe. I don't know.
Yeah, and if you come early in the night, you can be safe with a minimum of 20 euros.
Yeah.
But, I think there will be a lot of ups and downs.
There might be a point where you're safe with €1. I don't know. We're still doing the math.
There is going to be a point at which people crash the exchange, and then the exchange will work its way back up.
Yep.
We're hoping to experience at least a couple of crashes. Crashes are an opportunity.
You gotta ride the roller coaster.
Yes.
Yep. But yeah, we're excited to see all of you guys soon at the launch. We'll be doing another Twitter live for the whole rocket launch in Paris, and those of you that can make it, we're really excited to see you at the exchange in Paris at ROPAC on Saturday into Sunday.
Yeah,
24
Saturday
hours.
we are now starting Saturday at 2 p.m. and we will run all the way all night until Sunday at 2 p.m. And we love any of you who want to come hang out with us at like 4 a.m. on Saturday.
Yeah.
I don't know who will be there
Please help
then.
us.
Like come see us at our weirdest at like 4 a.m. Sunday morning.
Hey, Aaron and Charlie, real quick. There's one last quick cue. Will the
Cool.
St. Louis patches be in the hangar at some point?
Yeah, if they're not already, we can look into that. I think they should be if it's the same wallet. Are you saying the St. Louis, like the invitation patches that are out there?
I imagine so. Is that? Yes.
Yeah,
one wallet.
they should be in your hangar if it's
the same wallet as like any Budweiser component, Franken Rocket or Perfect Rocket. If anyone's having an issue with that, just let us know and we can reach out to the devs. But it goes to the same wallet, so it should be in the same collection as any other patch.
Okay, thank you very much. We'll clear
Cool.
that up with the devs. You guys don't care about that. Mods don't care about
you guys are the best.
Yeah. Thank you. Cool. All right. What do you guys think? See you next week.
Charlie, use your French photo.
Bonsoir, mon ami.
BJ.
Bye, everyone.
Thank you and good luck and launch.
Thank you.
Thank
See you,
all.
Samuel.
Thanks all so much.
Adios, amigo.